For a lot of people, living in San Diego, retiring in San Diego, is the dream. But the reality of life here in San Diego, moving to San Diego specifically for retirement, includes many obstacles. In this video, I'm going to break down why some retirees regret moving here in the first place. And if you don't know me, my name is Dan Parker with the Best Life Home Team. I'm a local real estate agent that specializes in relocating to San Diego. I've helped many retirees and empty nesters find their perfect place all around the county. And today we're talking about whether or not San Diego is right for you. But specifically, I want to start off by talking about all the reasons why you shouldn't live here in San Diego, why you shouldn't retire here in San Diego County. And the first reason, which shouldn't come as a surprise, I think maybe a few of the other ones will, but the first one is going to be the high cost of living. And the truth is, retirement savings just don't last quite as long here in San Diego County as they would in other places. I mean, obviously it depends where you're coming from. Right now, the median price home across San Diego County is just over $1 million. Based on Zillow's estimates, it is $1,020,394. Of course, that's just the median, but if you're looking for a single family home in a nice quiet neighborhood, if you want to be closer to the beach, these things are all going to come in a premium. You want a new construction home, that's going to come in a premium. So that's the median. Of course, we can go above and below, but if you're coming from somewhere where you're selling a house that is $300,000, $400,000, $500,000, having that budget for $1 million plus home obviously is going to be a challenge to start out with. And even if you're just looking to rent, rents here in San Diego County are among the highest rents across the nation. And then of course you have to worry about taxes, a lot of taxes. You have income tax, sales tax, property tax, which there actually might be a huge benefit for you with property tax, which we're going to talk about here very shortly if you are 55 or older. And then, of course, well, anything beyond that, going into everything from groceries to gas, just living here in San Diego costs more than most places. So usually when people are researching moving to San Diego, housing costs is going to be the first sticker shock that you have. But once that settles in and you start to consider all the other costs of living, it makes it difficult for a lot of people. This can be one of the biggest challenges, which is why I mentioned this first in this video. But it's certainly not the last. The second reason why you should consider not living in San Diego has to do with the high property tax. There's maybe a little bit of a silver lining here. And the two main things that you need to know are going to be Proposition 13 and Proposition 19. And knowing these, especially if you are 55 plus, is going to be really, really impactful for you, especially if you're coming from another place in California. So here's how property tax works in California. It's based on essentially the price that you paid for the home, and they usually stay pretty steady after that. So the max that your property tax can go up on an annual basis in California is going to be 2% every single year. So even if your home's value jumps up 5, 10, 15% in a single year, your property tax is only going to go up a maximum of 2% that year. So this provides you with a massive benefit of homeownership over time in California. And specifically, obviously, we're talking about San Diego here. But when you buy a new home, that's when the tax amount gets reset based on the purchase price. The good news is there are a few potential ways where you can minimize your property taxes when buying a home in California. By far, the most common is using Prop 13 and the new update from Proposition 19 as well. These allow California homeowners who are 55 or older to move into a new home and keep their low property tax bill. So if you're moving from one home to the next, you get to hold on to that property tax bill if you're moving from a home in California to another home in California. And that's kind of with the updates of Proposition 19. Don't need to get into all the specifics, but essentially you can transfer your tax basis up to 3 times if you are over the age of 55, anywhere in the state, even if the new home is more expensive. You just have to pay a little bit like proration, essentially, on the extra tax difference. Of course, as with just about anything in life, there are other specific things that you need to know, but the bottom line is if you are 55 or older, you own a home in California and want to relocate to San Diego, sell that home, buy a new home down here, you can utilize this massive tax savings and minimize your yearly California property taxes. The third reason why you should probably not retire in San Diego is because San Diego is a major tourist destination, which means there's a lot of traffic, there are a lot of crowds, especially in the city of San Diego and especially in summer. Traffic is a reality here. And beyond that, the truth of San Diego County, which this surprises a lot of people that don't live here or are relocating to San Diego, is that most neighborhoods are not actually what you would consider walkable. Most neighborhoods don't have a cute little downtown area that you can walk around in. Most neighborhoods don't have walkability to a coffee shop and restaurants and things like that. And traffic isn't great, as I just mentioned, especially in the summertime. So if you really want a lifestyle where you're not driving a lot, you don't have to commute from one place to the next, you don't want to deal with traffic, that could be somewhat of a challenge here in San Diego County. But there's no question Some areas are worse than others, which a good agent, if you work with a good agent here in San Diego County, if you do your research, you can be advised through what neighborhoods would be better than others if you want to avoid traffic, if you want a more walkable lifestyle, depending on your budget, depending on where you can end up. Especially suburban areas, if you go north, if you go south, if you go east in San Diego County, they really aren't quite as bad when it comes to congestion and traffic and things like that. Some people might think San Diego is bad when it comes to traffic, but if you ever actually head up to LA, you realize pretty quick, San Diego actually isn't really that bad, at least compared to LA traffic. And the last reason why you probably don't want to retire here in San Diego County, and maybe this should have technically been in the cost section, but is healthcare and healthcare costs specifically. Just like with most things in San Diego, healthcare is quite expensive. Add that to all of the other expenses. The premiums and out-of-pocket costs, they can be really high. Hopefully you have great coverage if you do live here in San Diego, if you live in California. But the good news is the quality and the availability of healthcare in San Diego, it's phenomenal. I mean, it really is hard to beat. Now, if you're still with me after all those negative things about living in San Diego, moving to San Diego, retiring in San Diego, all the reasons why you wouldn't want to do that, let's maybe mention some of the positives, which there are many, but these are some of my top positives about living in San Diego, top reasons why you should consider relocating and retiring here in San Diego County. And of course, starting off, we have the weather. It is very hard to beat San Diego's weather year round. We don't have to worry about snow. We have limited rain. The weather stays fairly warm throughout the course of the year. It does get a little bit chilly in the winter. I think more chilly than most people realize before moving here. But we have mild, sunny weather with coastal breezes just about all year round, and year-round outdoor activities as well, from golf to hiking. So if what is important to you in retirement is to spend a lot of time outdoors, you can have that here in San Diego. Which leads me to the second reason why people decide to retire here is the incredible lifestyle in outdoor recreational activities. And when it comes to outdoor activities, I mean, you have so many things at your fingertips. The beaches, obviously we have miles and miles of white sandy beaches. We don't really have private beaches. It's pretty much all public access beaches. We have close proximity and access to mountains if you want to go up to Big Bear, to go snowboarding, if you want to go in the snow. We have parks all throughout San Diego County. Everything, all that is within easy reach. And then if you're looking to golf, if you're looking to play pickleball, if you're looking to hike, if you're looking to bike, play tennis, go surfing, I mean, endless outdoor activities here in San Diego. And maybe even bonus points if you have a dog and want to do activities with your dog outside, because San Diego is one of the most dog-friendly places all around. The next reason is kind of what we went to on the negatives. This is the positive side of the property taxes. And specifically, I want to say Proposition 19, because that cleared things up and made it much easier for someone to move from one area in California to another area in California and transfer that tax basis. The reason why I keep bringing this up is because literally this, for a lot of people, is the difference between being able to sell their house and buy a new one or not. Imagine being in retirement. If you are watching this, you probably are in retirement or soon to be in retirement, and having to buy another house at the same price, but have to pay double or triple the amount of property tax on an annual basis that you are currently paying doesn't financially make sense. But if you have that opportunity to transfer that tax basis, then that is a massive, massive, massive game changer worth potentially thousands of dollars every single year. The next reason why you should consider retiring in San Diego is because we have a lot of active adult communities, 55 plus communities. There are several 55 plus communities all around the county, and a lot of them have like resort style amenities. So you don't really have to leave to be able to do different things. The popular areas that include some of these 55 plus communities are going to be Carlsbad, San Marcos in North County, San Diego, Rancho Bernardo, which is going to be a little bit more central right off of the 15 freeway, and then down in Chula Vista. Those are the areas that have the majority of 55 plus communities, and all of those areas actually have like some fairly new 55 plus communities as well. If you're curious about where to find all those 55 plus communities, I don't technically have a resource right now, but I can help you find all of them. So just reach out to me and I'm happy to help you with that. And the last reason why you should consider retiring here, and this is something that nobody talks about, but it's actually maybe one of my favorites on the list, is that your family will love to visit. If you have family all over the US, if you're moving from somewhere where your family is and you're worried they're not going to want to visit you, if you move to, I was going to call somewhere out. I'm not going to, Texas. Let's say Texas. Compare that to San Diego. People love to visit San Diego. People love an excuse to visit San Diego. It's a tourist destination. So if you live here in San Diego, your friends and your family are more than likely going to visit more than if you retired or relocated somewhere else. So you can anticipate that it's not going to be too difficult to get your friends and family to come visit. And that is a huge, huge benefit of living here. The bottom line is San Diego, it's not for every single retiree, but for those who prioritize lifestyle, weather and coastal charm over cost, it's pretty unbeatable. It really is. It's pretty unbeatable. So if you are thinking about retiring in San Diego, or you're kind of unsure whether it's right for you or not, I actually wrote an entire book on living in San Diego. This little guy right here, you can buy this on Amazon. It's actually pretty nice. It's designed pretty well. Or I give it away for free. I have a digital version, Kindle PDF, that you can download. Just click the link below. And I'm only doing this for my YouTube fans, so this is just specifically for you. But if you're really just looking for more information on specifically retiring in San Diego, check out this video right here. I have a full guide. This is from all the information that I've gathered over the years of helping people relocate to San Diego and specifically helping retirees relocate here. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.